welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with Julie with her cows, and she was just throwing some apples to her cows. We're going to talk about her farm. Right now we're at one of her lease blocks with her cows. Then later on we're going to go see her chickens and even her Maremma dogs maybe?
Yeah.
Cool.
You definitely can if you want to feed her. Just help it out. So she's due to calve in the next few weeks.
She's quite big.
Yeah, she's pregnant to her friend's bull. This will be my first calve. I've actually calved myself, so it's going to be really good. So I've always kind of gotten them to this point and then had to sell them off because I don't have a huge amount of land where I was originally. But now I have this lease block, so the plan is to have a couple heifers in.
Cool. So can you tell me quickly, and us and the audience on YouTube, how did you get into farming? What started this?
So my health, actually. It was 100% my health. It was declining quite rapidly, and a friend gave me a mushroom kit actually to grow your own mushrooms, and it just started a lot of things. And I thought, wow, I've got to get a farm and I've got to get this, and I want a Jersey cow because I grew up with that. And I was like, wow, I just need more and more and more. And so we found this place in Sheffield, and hello, darling. And we got moving, and I started accumulating a heap of animals, and it just kept going. Everything I was kind of doing, friends were taking notice of, and yeah, they started to want in. So that kind of turned into a little bit of a business on the side as well. And yeah, it's become what it is today, but it was really an aim to get healthy and to teach my kids that, food is not what you see on the shelves.
No, it isn't.
And yeah, to try and take them back to basics. We finally got here. We've been in Tassie for 12 years. So I'm quite glad that we're finally at this place. Come this way, baby.
Well,
hello, big boy.
What breed of bull is he?
He's a Highland. So beautiful and big.
Yep.
He's pretty new, not real hand tamed, but he's quite calm. Doesn't just push him back with kind of an arm if you're uncomfortable with him in your way. Back, come on. He doesn't kind of want to get up and cuddle us, but he's not really all that. He's quite lovely, actually. So I tan the hides once we harvest our meat, so nothing kind of goes to waste. And with his coat, I just expect them to be such beautiful hides. And being a heritage breed, he fits right in with our farming practices too, because we're all about the older breeds and the more heritage breeds. Back from a time before we started playing with things, I guess. But he's just gorgeous. His name is Gary. We might leave Gary though. We might go and have a look at some little ones.
Yep.
They do come up for a bit more of a cuddle. Come on! They should pop out of the river soon, hopefully. Come on! Come on! Come on! I don't know if they can hear me. They were down at the gate earlier. Sorry. A bit of a longer walk than I expected. You don't realise how long 110 acres is until you walk it. Wow. Pretty lucky to have the river running through.
That's amazing. Do you sell your cattle to the public?
Yep. So we're at the moment currently getting our cattle together. I sell meat and cattle, so live and dead stock. Yep. And it just really depends on how much interest there was, but there's not a lot of interest in the live sales at the moment, as there is in the meat sales. The way that we farm and the breeds that we have seem to be quite tasty, so people kind of raved for them. It all started kind of with the pigs, so we just raise enough for me and my kids and, take care of our family really, and the extras were offered up or even given away, inviting friends over for dinner and things like that. But the more people we invited over for dinner or, gave meat hampers to at Christmas, kind of come back and asked, can you sell the meat? So we looked into what we needed to do to sell the meat, got everything we needed to be certified, and then we just had to find a butcher. That's notoriously hard here in Tasmania, to find a butcher that aligns with our principles and values. I'm quite strict on how I harvest my animals. I raised them from quite young, and I'm a bit of a softie, so it was really difficult to feel that need there without compromising your values. So we got our home butcher in for our own home kills, but in the future we're actually in the process of building our own butcher cool store there, and our butcher will come in. He's been doing his job for 14 years now, and he's fantastic. My pigs went to sleep in between each kill. They were so calm, and he was so patient with them that he dedicates the entire day to me. He doesn't rush me, so it's really good. And to have it on site too gives me the ability to bring them from here to my home and have them there for a month to settle down, so that they can finish off there. I can see them, there's no problems with them, they can calm down. Having it central means that they can be in their own home paddock that they know and are comfortable with before they're taken into the slaughterhouse and processed. It just makes it a little bit easier for me, and we've seen there's a heap of difference in the meat if the animal's not stressed.
Definitely.
So yeah, we definitely aim to be selling the meat this year, but to be selling it from our own cool store with our own butcher is going to be a game changer. It's just really good for us. I don't sell it for all that much, actually. I'm a little bit cheaper than most people. We sell for $10 to $16 a kilo, just kind of to make back my costs. And keep my lifestyle going is the aim here. I don't spend a lot of money because most of the stuff that they have in the shops I don't want. If I can't raise it or have it at home, I don't really kind of want it. So it's a really good closed loop system.
And how are they raised? They're in a stress-free environment, they're calm. Are they grass-fed and finished?
Yeah, grass-fed and finished. We do add fruit and veggies throughout, just as treats. Apples, pears. We have a lady that we swap pig poo for quinces. She loves it. And they love the quinces too. Sometimes we'll cook them up if they don't want them raw. It just depends on how they're feeling on the day. They get mashed potatoes. They get boiled carrots. They get raw carrots as well. So we swap kind of produce and things that most of the time it's manure. We swap manure. Because we're chemical free, I raise regeneratively, so we rotate on pasture to keep our grass in good order. We hand pull all the weeds and problem.
Wow.
It's a big job, don't get me wrong. I've just discovered we have foxglove in the back corner of this property here, and it's been a nightmare. But they have these beautiful people in an organisation called Landcare. And they come and they help with problems like this. They help tell us how we can fix up the banks of the river and what we can plant to ensure that there's no more slipping. How we can effectively remove the foxglove so that it doesn't continue to seed in the future, because the seeds are viable for up to 70 years, I believe.
70 years?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I got told that yesterday. I was so shocked. Things like that, it really makes a big difference when people are able to give that sort of experience and advice. Really makes a big difference. But also, they're kind of raised in a really stress-free environment, so they live here. The only other time that they go anywhere is in the winter months. They'll come up to wherever I am, or if they're birthing, they'll be somewhere like in the stockyards or closer to my home, so I can keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
But we are certified grain-free as well. We have what's called a Never Ever accreditation, so we don't feed or medicate any of the animals, and I trained as a naturopath, so that comes in handy. So I grow a lot of my own herbs at home, and I treat them myself, so everything from scours to broken bones. I consult with my vet, but most times we choose to just continue with a holistic approach to their health, and that's really kind of comes from my own holistic approach to us and our health, I guess. You are what you eat, so I'm very picky about how I grow my vegetables and how my meat is finished off and how it's raised too. So I don't want to be eating stressed meat. I don't want to be eating something that was raised out of cruelty. Most of my animals, when they're not spoilt and ignoring me, come up for a pat. But these guys are somewhere ignoring me,
enjoying
eating
the
lush
grass.
grass.
So what kind of cattle breeds do you have? You said you love to specialise in heritage breeds.
Yeah. So We have the Speckle Park that was in the stockyards there. She's quite cute.
Yep.
We've got Jerseys, and Mavis is a Jersey cross Regen. She's not quite heritage, but she's beautiful. We've got Murray Grey, the Highlands. We've got a lot of Highlands. And the rest are Jersey cross with heritage. The dairies often cross the calves and then sell them off as youngsters.
Yep.
We grab them and raise them up. And yeah, bring them down here. You'll see some calves later on that we've gotten again from the dairies, but this time went a little bit different on it. Instead of being meat finishing calves, they are my future dairy stock.
Nice.
So they are Speckle Park cross, Hereford cross, and Jerseys, pure Jerseys. Yeah, I think my favourite cow of all time would have to be the Jersey.
Yeah.
There's just something about them. It's probably their milk. Yeah, it's really wonderful. So about the only downside we have to farming so close to such a beautiful riverway is we do have snakes here. We saw one yesterday, quite calm, but still, a problem.
What kind of snakes? You don't often hear that Tassie is a snake kind of state.
No, I'm surprised because I see a lot of them. So they have tiger snakes. I think it's copperhead.
Oof.
And white-lipped whip snake. So we saw a tiger snake yesterday. And it was docile enough. It was just trying to get some sun, but we just left it be. We've lost 2 calves already this year.
To snakes?
Yeah, just in here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit of a wetland just over there across the fence there, but I think they just trod on them and just, got a bit of a nip. So we have quite a few of the Highlands there. The Highland Cross Speckle, the one running at the back there.
Oh, yep.
He's quite gorgeous. We have a couple of Frisian steers up there somebody sold us, and a couple of Dairy Cross Angus and Dairy Cross Murray Grey, I believe they are. They're all still quite young. Couple of boys there that'll be ready in about 6 months, so we don't really rush them. As I said, it's not really a profit thing for me.
When do you harvest them, roughly the age?
Anywhere from a couple of years on. You want to get a good amount of growth on them, and I'm not really. We were raised on like 4 and 5 year old Jerseys, so the heritage meat you can kill a lot later. Let them have a little bit more life before you take it from them. But they don't grow as quick. I think that's why I like them. They grow a little bit slower, more natural. They're not just built to produce a large amount of meat really quickly. Natural. And the trees here. I love this property. I'm from Queensland, so where I'm from, we don't have a lot of trees. Pig, 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 pig!
Oh my goodness, you guys. There you go. Just sprawl them out.
Yep. Just keeps them foraging and kind of looking for it. Gives them something to do, and then the piglets kind of run around and chase the apples. So this will be near where my next lot of gardens will go, actually.
Nice.
So I'll be building a 10 by 15 polytunnel and sinking it into the bank here. It'll be submerged in the ground so I can grow year round. Because I grow a lot of things they say you shouldn't grow in Tassie, like cucumbers.
You saw my post.
I did, yes. So definitely don't listen to anybody when they tell you you can't grow something. So I even have, so far as mango trees here that I'm going to put in them.
Mango trees?
Yeah, I mean I have to keep them inside to winter them, but I mean the plan is to have my own. Hello, darling. Wow. This is Sequoia. Hello, big pig. She is 3/4 large black. That is Sadie.
Hello.
Hi, Sadie Pig Pig. Hello. She just had a big litter, as you can see. She has milk for 14 babies and she's feeding both litters because this one here is a terrible mum.
Oh,
not really, I didn't mean that. I was joking. This here is the large black boar. He is pure and registered. His name is Pitch. And this here is our Jadie. Hello, darling. And you're the large black sow, aren't you?
So
here, Jade.
we were talking off camera, but now that the camera is rolling, talk about these large black pigs and how that you've got 1 out of 2 in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah. So this fella over here. So this is Pitch. He's a large black boar. So the large black is an endangered pig breed. They're an old heritage dual purpose breed. So they can survive 100% on grass inputs if they need to. We feed them a couple of extra treats like apples and fruit throughout the season, but they're quite lovely. He just had 2 litters. Both of them are on the ground at the moment. Cute little things they are. And so we have 1 registered large black sow, and that is Sequoia there, and Jade is a registered one, and then Sadie is our saddleback. We have more coming down where our aim is to breed them up a little, get them back from extinction, and we work with another farmer on the mainland called Nick, and he's got a big herd of them. He's going to send us down some sows, and we're going to kind of try and work together to bring them back because they are such a beautiful placid pig. They can have up to 22 in their litter, and they can foster other piglets too, unlike most sows. They're really calm, and as you can see from this big girl here, she's just kind of built for babies. She's actually only just on 12 months now, whereas the rest are she's 18 months and she's 2. And she's just a really big pig, so she'll still get a little bit bigger than that and quite a bit wider than that as well. So we're hoping to breed her when she's in cycle next. That's why she's in with the boar now. We've waited just a little bit till she was big enough. I didn't want anything to go wrong. But these guys are meant to be fantastic eating, and they're just so placid. Hello, beautiful girl.
Hey.
Hello. I was hoping that they would come in and kind of do what they've done here in winter. So what they've done is kind of squash down, while the ground was all mushy and wet, they've come in and kind of squashed down all the vegetation for me so we can dig it a little better. Are they beautiful?
And so how do you bring back a pig from near extinction if there's only a few males?
With great difficulty. So we're hoping that there might be other people across Australia who have this breed. There are some in Queensland, but they're locked and quarantined, and thereby biosecurity, they can't cross the state. So we're hoping through selective breeding, with pigs such as, hello darling, with pigs such as Sequoia over there, who is close to being pure but not quite pure, she could potentially have the ability to produce pure pigs, and we could get them tested and see which ones make the cut. But yeah, with great difficulty really. I don't think anything other than these 2 boar lines is ever really going to exist, to be honest, not in my lifetime. Hopefully we can make some sort of a comeback and just keep his bloodline alive would be my plan. Keep the 2 bloodlines alive and just hope that there's enough there that we can continue breeding from them. The only downside to that is a lot of people, they won't go the extra mile to make sure that they're breeding with a bloodline like his. Like, they'll just get a couple of siblings out of a litter and breed them together. And that's not really going to do much to help us. My plan is to raise up as many pure as I can and distribute them in the future is what my aim is. I distribute them to other pig farms, because if ever there is a time where I have sickness or any ill health in my herd and I need them back, they're never going to be there. So the plan is to get boars from the mainland and send them here, and have boars from here sent up there so that we can cross and share the bloodlines a little bit. And just make sure that anything on the mainland is selective breeding and not inbreeding as closely as we can monitor that. Well, at the moment, so we sell chook eggs and a few other things, just kind of trying to get some money together and infrastructure together and knowledge. Knowledge is one of the biggest things we want at the moment. I've never built my own abattoir before, so to have the pigs here and, culled on site and kind of to showcase what they can be, and to bring them back kind of means that we have to have a butcher that we trust, and we can't sell the meat legally, and we won't sell the meat if we can't have them chopped at an approved location. So our plan is to have the abattoir or the butcher shop, whatever we end up going with really, are to be placed in this beautiful location here. This will be the spot that I move to very soon. And as you can see, they've got like an abundance of paddock space here to roam in. Every day we kind of give them a new strip of grass. I just want them to eat it all down for me uniformly and then stomp the vegetation back too. You can see they're getting onto it though, like it's trying to come back, but they're kind of stomping it down for me. In the very near future, like within the next week or so, our aim is to have them out at Railton, on our lease block there, and just have them flourishing. Once we've got them there and we've brought a few more sows down, we're hoping to host a bit of an open day. Kind of have a couple of the roasts spit roasted, or maybe call in some of the local, like there's a couple of people that I know who have like food vans and they do gourmet restaurant style food, but in like a food van capacity. There's one beautiful lady lives down the road here, and she actually constantly has her food van in town here, and it's delicious to have somebody like that or a couple of people like that to come up and have the food on offer for people to come and get. I just want them to realise, like, and understand, like, I didn't eat pork for a long time. I didn't like it. I didn't like the stuff in the shops. You know, I remembered it being tasty, but just wasn't. Finally got these guys and I wasn't actually going to eat them. I was just going to sell the meat and try and bring them back as a bit of a hobby, but I did taste one of their roasts and I must say heritage pork is delicious. There's just no two ways about it. It's fantastic. Heritage meat in particular, the way it is raised, they just have such an idyllic lifestyle here. They're so calm. They love it here. The cows waiting for us to throw some apples to them, I think.
I definitely agree though that heritage breeds, the meat is absolutely delicious, because I went to Hillside Food Forest on the mainland, and we tried, my dad and I and even my mum, we brought back some Tamworth pigs. They were so tasty. We had a pork scotch fillet, I think it was. And pork chops. Yeah. And it was so good. I'm like, wow.
I'm going to have to send you home with something, I think. I was so shocked. Like, I was very young when we ate heritage pork, because my uncle used to have a hobby farm and he's a butcher on the mainland. And like, that's how I grew up, drinking raw Jersey milk and all this. And then, you know, somehow you become conventionalized and you kind of try and blend in with society. You become normal, I guess. And then it wasn't until 2019, you know, I was already in uni. I was, you know, I had my mind set. I was going to go and get my naturopathy, my Bachelor in Health Science, and get my medical doctorate. And I was going to go and work in a hospital, and I was going to have, you know, a holistic approach to medicine. That was my big thing. 2019 came and I found out I had tuberculosis and that my lungs were quite bad. Found out I had a few other things wrong as well, some autoimmune problems, some hormone disorders. Found out I wasn't in the greatest of health where I thought I was before, and I needed to make some changes, and well, this all came about. That was the health change. But these guys were always kind of a bit of a passion, and I was so glad that I went in this direction, like just to be able to show people the difference. Like I've held shop pork chops up next to my pork chops, and you've got to label it. Like, the meat is dark, it looks like beef. It's such a difference. I was shocked about that. And then to see the grass-fed difference, like I am used to Queensland where we feedlot things and we give them a lot of grain because we don't have feed or water up there, and it's just really difficult. And we were taught, you know, grain-fed is the way to be. You know, our commercial breeds are the way to be. If you don't buy it from a shop, then you're not buying proper meat. You know, you need to get it from people who are going to tell you what to eat. That's not the case. So, you know, these guys are fantastic, and they're like, the first time I harvested their lard, I was so shocked it was yellow. Like, the first time I harvested my own chickens, I was shocked because they had yellow fat, and I was like, what is this? No, I can't eat it, it's yellow. And my friend was like, no, it's the fat. And I said, yeah, no, but it's not meant to be yellow. And she's like, yeah, but what did you feed them? I said, well, I didn't feed them anything. They eat the grass and they get my veggies and my scraps and stuff. And she's like, well, that's why it's yellow. So beta carotene in their fat cells. And I was like, oh, that is amazing. And I was hooked, much like you. It started with one clutch of eggs and a couple of seedlings that I murdered. But I was determined not to murder them again. And this just all came about, and I'm so grateful that my kids get the chance to see how you can actually raise things in a closed loop system. So like down here we've got all the pig poo bags there. Actually starting the collection back up, ready for a couple of people to come and grab them, but one beautiful lady in particular who brings me all her lovely apples when she's got them in season on her trees. And the pigs know when her car pulls in the driveway, like they come to the fence line. They're like all the snack ladies here, because she just brings them so many goodies. Pears and different things, but they're all just so cute. Like these guys are, I think, a week and a bit old now. Hello. So we're very excited to take them down to Railton, where they can kind of like, they've cleared my area for me now and they've had their holding time, and we need to get a rig line and get our fencing up. But yeah, these guys are amazing. Hello, my darling. And just to show my kids too that, you know, farm animals don't have to be aggressive. They don't have to be tased to get in a truck. They don't have to be beaten to get into the stockyards. You know, like we just walk them through. If they don't move up, we just tap them on the bum and push them through. Most times they just follow us for a bucket of food because they know they're going to get treats on the other side too. But they're just adorable. Like, hello. They're not as dirty as most people think.
Yes, people often stay away from pigs. Even when people start a homestead, they start with chickens and cows, and pigs is their last thought.
Yeah, they're like, look, they're so smelly and they're so gross. And I'm like, well, look, they're going to be smelly sometimes. Like if they're peeing in the one spot, you can see like they have their they have their little choices of where they're going to pee. Like that's going to be a concentrated area. But if you've got them in a big enough, you know, space, and you're moving them constantly, like these guys have been in here for probably 6 to 8 weeks, like longer than I would normally have them in here. But because I was reseeding my place and moving, and I didn't have any fencing up at the other place, we couldn't take them anywhere. But you know, they're quite happy to sit here and eat apples all day, to be honest, and self-sourcing pork. You couldn't ask for more. You know, like they're just quite happy little fellas, but they're so easy to maintain. They don't ever really try and get out. Like they've only got 3 strands of wire holding them. If they really wanted to, like the piglets can escape whenever they want, and they do quite frequently. Yeah, you see them running through the grass. But the pigs just, they're quite chilled. They're not really all that phased. She just wants to know where the next lot of food's coming in. Little golden girls. Hello.
Speckled ones.
Yeah, they're speckled part cross Jersey, I believe. They've got that cute little face to them. I like that brown one there. She's gorgeous.
Too close. Oh. Do you bottle feed them? Or
they were bottle fed. Yep, each of them was fed on a cafeteria. So it's the green one's just there around the corner. So it's like a 10 bottle feeder. But yeah, they don't get friendly that way, so you end up having to sit in the yard with them and playing with them. Apples and pears brings them in quite well. Hey, darlings. So does fresh comfrey and some mint. You really like plantain too. Hey.
It's my jeans. There's nothing there. You're hungry. Are you hungry? Yeah. What's going on?
Cows are so beautiful.
Hello. Okay. Stop. Oh, I'd love to have like a Jersey calf and then just raise her and then get milk, because then you just make that special bond.
I know, that's what these 3 are for. So they'll begin halter training soon, and they won't go down to the property at Railton. They'll stay here with me. Nice. And so will one of the pigs as well. And they'll just kind of learn to be really calm and handleable. So I've already got goats at home that will let me milk them just standing in the paddock like this without a halter on. That's the plan with the cows too, to be able to just walk out with a bucket and milk them if I need to. They already have boundary issues, so I don't think I'll have any problems getting them friendly. Hello. But all the plantain heads here just have to be perfect for them. They're just loving it. Like when they got out, they just started running around the paddock doing little laps.
Oh, that's so cute.
Hello. So this one here belongs to a very special fella out near the Cherry Hill raspberry farm. location area. Anyway, this beautiful little child raised this cow up and really wanted something to remember them by when they were sent to slaughter. So they got a hold of me to do this one. It was a little bit messy, and that led to a little bit of problems with the hide kind of wanting to rot. But again, Mother Nature is beautiful. So once you flesh it and string it up, the sun takes care of most of the problems. And you can see here, like the whole thing looked like this. You see here where the sun is actually bleaching out all the problems, and it'll be a beautiful hide once it's done. And once that's finished, it'll be brain tanned and finished off 100% chemical free. It'll live on their floor. Yeah, that one was a speckle park. I think it's still got the white and black and all different colours. I've got them everywhere. They just kind of fill up every available space I've got. I just really believe that no part of the animal should go to waste, so all the offal goes to the dogs. The liver, of course, gets crushed up and goes into capsules for me and the dogs. The hides get tanned, the brains go to the tanning solution, and everything kind of just keeps in that closed loop system again. And then the offal gets composted back down too and goes on my garden, which then feeds the chickens, and everything just keeps flowing into each other. It's just really brilliant. Keeps me busy, but yeah, absolutely lovely. Here. You're all too fat. Come on. Come on. There could be some out in the paddocks too. They kind of go off touring. As you can see, they're all still in molt.
They're a little scruffy.
Yeah. So these ones here are Hue and Blues. They are a Tasmanian-made chicken. They get really big, like knee-high. So they're like the perfect homesteading chicken. You eat the meat really quickly. You can use the poo really quickly as well. And they eat 100% grass seed. They don't actually like my grain. So I can't feed grain to them because they won't eat it. Hello.
That's awesome.
It is really cool. So they're like my pigs. They can kind of survive without any input. And then we have a few lavender Orpingtons. We have some Anconas somewhere, black Orpingtons, some leg bar, some crested cream leg bars. We have some silver spangled Hamburgs, but they're probably off gallivanting in the paddocks. And one duck.
Yep.
We have one duck. So, and they're kind of eating some leftover cider apples at the moment, actually, from a mash. Have a few different breeds there, Sussex and all different types. They came from a friend of mine. She had Merricks in her chicken, and so she got out as many eggs as she could to try and get as many breeds out. And we ended up with this beautiful bunch.
What is it? It's some sort of disease?
Yeah,
I've
it
heard
is.
of it.
It's spread by the birds. So like native birds can come in and poop all through your yard and spread it. But it's spread through the feathers mainly, like the under the smaller down coat of the chickens and the birds and stuff. So it stays in those feathers and can stay in your ground for up to 3 years. It's a virus. It affects the respiratory and the whole body of the chicken really. They can have breathing problems, they start to emaciate and they lose condition. No matter what you feed them, they just won't gain weight. Kind of has like a systemic effect. I think that they were comparing it similarly to tuberculosis in humans, so it's kind of like a chicken version of that. It systemically wipes them out, and eventually they all need to be culled. So we have the offspring of some Merrick-infected chickens. But they all seem to survive pretty well, albeit they're still quite young, and some of our older birds aren't here at the moment, so they're out up the back at Railton in their little huts, and they'll get let out in the fields to spread all of our cow feces and everything else and put it all over our pasture for us. But everybody kind of, stays together here, and the Hue and Blues, there's not very many of them left either, so we want to raise them up because they're going to be our perfect homesteading chicken. Hello. They're a giant chicken. They're a beautiful docile chicken, but instead of having to compost the feces for 2 years, I can use it within 6 to 12 months. They don't like my grain, as I was saying. They would prefer to to feed on 100% grass input and veggies. They just like to forage and find their own food. So it makes them the perfect choice because they cut down my feed costs substantially. When we have a harvest too, we offer the offal to the chickens first. So they do like to have their first pick of the stomach contents and everything else. And we think that eventually to have them down at our lease block and rail them there and chicken tractors so we can run them in behind the stock. Hello. And our hope is to have them kind of working in behind the stock and working with the stock.
Yeah.
Get some guinea fowl down there, keep back any pests like ticks and leeches and any lice and mites and things like that they will eat up. We'll have the goats in there for weed control, obviously, and a cuteness factor. Hello, miss.
Hello.
And then everything should kind of work in together in a big multi-species kind of grazing, situation. The dogs will be going down once we've fixed up the boundary fences as well because they're just dreamy. These guys are so integral to my farming practice. Like, we had quolls come through and take out a lot of our chooks when we first moved here. We had that October storm that wiped everybody out here come through like a tornado. It just wiped out lots of things, and our chooks, so half our flock was killed in the storm, and then in the following aftermath of the storm, when everybody was a little bit broken up and all the wildlife came out of the woods, the quolls come in and finished off the rest. They thrill kill, so they rip the heads off your chooks and leave them.
Like foxes.
Yeah, like foxes. So these guys are really good at deterring foxes and quolls. I think they got their debut in the movie Oddball, didn't you? Huh? He made it all possible, didn't he? Big old goofy maremma he was, and he went and protected all the penguins on the islands off the coast of Victoria from the foxes and helped keep their breeding program alive. So we're hoping these guys will keep our chickens and pigs safe and kind of help with our breeding program, albeit a very small breeding program, but we're still really keen on some of the chicken breeds here that need saving, like the hue and blue I think has so much potential. And again, our pigs. So these guys play a really, really big part in keeping them safe. Hi. A lot of people know maremmas as aggressive, but ours are just absolutely amazing. They're just big soups.
Oh, you knocked the mic.
You did. Hey, you want to be on the microphone, do you? We're not listening to you. Hey? No, they're just beautiful dogs. They have a real bond with their owners, with their livestock if you let them. And they do a great job. Like, they lay with our orphan babies, keep them warm at night. They guard the yard. They even catch us rats.
Nice.
Put them into little piles so we can, dispose of them. Coda had 10 puppies this year. Surprise for us. I noticed she was pregnant and I was like, oh no, that's not good. Now I've got puppies to deal with, and I thought, well, you know what, she'll probably only have 3 or 4, so it's fine. And then she started birthing, and they just kept coming. And then there was 10. And I was like, you only have 8 nipples. How are you going to feed 10 puppies? But she did, and they were all perfect. And she's a great mum. But yeah, we don't want any more. Definitely, I'm not a breeder of dogs. I don't want to be. Goats, on the other hand, yeah. But no, I think everybody should give this lifestyle a go, and if they can't, then perhaps they should just shop local, buy local, go visit a farm. I have lots of people come and visit my animals just to see what it's like, to see how it is to raise these critters. Huh?
Well, your farm is absolutely mind-bogglingly amazing. It's like exactly what I want to be doing in the future.
Yeah.
I know you said before off camera, I don't know if we got it on camera, that you're not doing this for profit. You just love the lifestyle, you love the food.
I do.
You love everything.
I can't get enough of it. Like, this lifestyle has literally changed mine and my kids' lives. You know, they were very iPad oriented, very computer oriented before when I was busy and I had a conventional job, and, you know, it was I didn't work 9 to 5, I had night shifts, so it was even harder, but, you know, split shifts, and the things that we have to do these days just to pay the bills, it's impossible. You know, and then of course you don't have time to live this lifestyle, so you're shopping from Coles and Woolies and you're buying all this food that you shouldn't be eating, and out of convenience you send the kids to school with muesli bars and things like this that, you know, they're packed full of preservatives and all these different things and colorings, and like, I don't care if the muesli bar is orange or brown or what color it is, I'd prefer it be a natural color. You know, so we started making all that ourselves when I stopped working. You know, and I didn't exactly stop by choice, but I definitely made this a choice. Oh, this is our little buckling. He's only just come off mum. I can't believe he's come up to you for pets. He's quite cute. So he's going to be raised up because we have the Malayans too. Again, another heritage rare breed. I have a thing for rare breeds, but he's going to be raised up and go to somebody for milk production as well. Jack, leave it. Sorry. But yeah, no, I wish you all the best. Hopefully we catch up and can do this again, and I can see how you travel and how you progress, because I think you're going to do great in this lifestyle. I think you've got all the passion there. You guys are going to love it. You're going to do so well.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Before we wrap up, I just want to ask you one question to the audience, to the people on YouTube. Is there anything you would like to say to them?
If this is the lifestyle you want, go and get it. If you can't live this lifestyle, find somebody like me who's not profit oriented. My goal is to bring quality products that are affordable for people who can't afford to go out and have animals in their backyard. Like, you can still eat well, you can still take control of your life, and you can support farmers who do as well. Like, I don't make a great deal on this. Again, I'm not profit oriented, but it shouldn't be about that. I still support people who do, you know, charge a little bit more for their meat as well. I still buy from other farmers just to support them, especially if I've sold all my meat like I do sometimes. But don't give up. It's probably the biggest thing. It might be hard to live like this, but it's definitely worth it. It's worth all the effort and the long sleepless nights. Yeah, that'd probably be about it. To support people who want to do better, because if we don't start making a change now, there's not going to be a world left for us to farm in. There's not going to be much left to do anything in, really.
Well, thank you so much once again for showing me around.
Thank you for coming.
Everywhere.
Sorry, we've been all over the North-West Coast today.
Guys on YouTube, thank you for watching as well. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that jazz, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Thanks.